Good evening, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome to Dinner with the Doctor. Hopefully, I can produce a good show for you tonight. The plan is to begin our Gorlworld debate series. We're going to be looking into, I guess conspiracy theory is a good word to describe it. But yes, competing theories. I have a theory as to what's really going on with Salah's recent disappearance. Skinny has her own opinion. Tonight we're going to be comparing them. We're going to be getting your opinions. And hopefully we're going to be able to get to the bottom of this mystery in Gorlworld. Welcome in, Archie. I see you're a little early tonight. Hopefully everything's good. Oh, and I see you got the Halloween picture. I love Halloween. Great to see that. Oh, and hello, Elizu. How are you doing tonight? Hopefully you're great. Good to see you in. Not quite the conspiracy theory for tonight. That's for another night. That's going to be on my Patreon only, right? No, this theory is a little bit, I think it's a little bit more, a little bit more off the wall, maybe. I don't know. Being silly. Seriously, tonight, it's just going to be, it's mostly going to be discussing, what really is going on with Salah lately. What was he really doing? I'm not going to go into the details just yet because Skinny Queen is going to be joining me in about 10-15 minutes. So what I'm going to be starting off with is I'm actually going to be starting off with just a quick calorie review of one of Foodie's recent mukbangs. So just give me a second to get that pulled up, and then I'll just say hello to everybody in the chat really quickly, and then we'll get that started. And Skinny should be here pretty soon. And once she is, well, then we can finally get to that Gorlworld debate that we have in mind. So and when we do that debate, I'm going to be running a lot of the clips from from Salah's motorbike trip, where he rode on the motorbike to the park, and then he walked through the park, and he gave a statement of his undying love for Chantal. He will never leave his beautiful wife, Chantal. Yes, and Eddie Lurker's in there. Please come on in. Oh, Fiona's mom, good to see you. Is that your dog, by the way? You got such a cute dog. I just noticed it tonight. Sometimes I don't always see the pictures because it depends how I have my screen set up. Sometimes I see them better than others. But yeah, it's very cute. Welcome in, Fiona's mom. Yes, hopefully we have a good show for you tonight. Oh, and let me also pull up a quick little short for you, which is going to have the clip of Salah saying the words of his undying love. Let me just find the clip really quickly. Got to credit Just Saying with this one. She's the one who clipped it. Okay, let me share this screen 1 second. All right, here's a little preview of what we're going to be seeing in the Gorlworld debate tonight.
Park,
I don't know if there's any way to adjust volume on a short.
taking MRT. Hello, guys.
Can you hear this?
Oh yeah, I forgot to say something for the haters. A small message for the haters. I'm still in Thailand, and you can all suck it, haters. Okay? They think that I'm back to Kuwait. I will never.
Welcome in, Oranges.
Beautiful wife.
Oh, no problem, Fiona's mom. Nothing wrong with checking out some other stuff.
I will never leave my beautiful.
Yeah, everybody, if you're watching the replay, you're watching something different live, no pressure. Hopefully you're enjoying the live, but if you're enjoying the replay, I hope you're having fun with that as well. Oh, sorry for talking over Salah.
Haters. You all suck it.
But yeah, he's basically saying you all can suck it, calm your, well, I guess it's, you know what, they say a lot worse than that. He says, calm your tits. That's what he says. He says, calm your tits, haters, and you can all suck it. Mother wants to punch. Well, Foodie could be his mother, but I don't think she could reach him with a punch. Not in the face. Hey, damn Kate, welcome in. I see your avatar has heard Salah's comment. Yeah, he really is. So, okay, so that's a little teaser for what we're going to be covering later. But let me start off with a quick little mukbang a preview before Skinny gets in here tonight. So let me share this tab. 1 second. Oh, let me post the link also to Just Saying, who did the short. And let me post the one to Piggy, who is doing this one too that I'm doing. I want to give credit to everybody whose material I'm using. Hey, Rosalind, how are you? Bigger than gut dolls. Yeah, that's a name that for Chantal that I don't use, that it's times I forget about. But gut is just, oh, that's so nasty. I love that. I love it and I hate it. It's so nasty and it's so good. Salah wasn't with Foodie. Do we think he's attractive? You know what? Let me give my opinion as a guy. I think Salah is I don't think he's bad looking. I think he's got the tall. That helps him definitely. I'm not tall, but I'm not short. I know it's definitely better to not be short. I think that, it's a weird phenomenon where if you see at least from a guy's perspective, if I see a woman with a guy who I really have a very low opinion of, it can lower my opinion of her. I think maybe it's kind of similar with Salah, where if we saw him with somebody who we respected, we might think well of him. But because we see him with Chantal, it makes him think less of him. Oh, hopefully being clear with that. Hopefully I'm not being confusing. Yeah, he's such a gentleman. Yeah, right. Come your tits, haters. Well, in fairness, I think Chantal wrote that for him. Welcome in, Kidney J. Well, Kidney J, if you'd like to post a link to your channel, please do. Kidney J has a great channel. She covers a lot of fun Gorlworld type stuff. She's a real cool chick. She is very funny. And she also covers one of my personal favorites, Pig Fairy, who I think is just, I think Pig Fairy's funny. Maybe not everybody gets her, but I get the humor in that. So yeah, definitely check out Kidney J. She did a live earlier tonight. I wasn't able to catch all of it, but the part that I got was a lot of fun. Hey, Crab Apples, good to have you in tonight. Missed you. He's average if he keeps his mouth shut. Okay, at least you're being very blunt. Welcome in, everybody. My apologies if I missed anyone. Welcome in, Camps. Yeah, he definitely has compared to when he first came in. Let me actually pull up the picture again, because you can really see it in the picture. Compared to when he first came on the scene, he's definitely put on a little bit of weight. But standing next to Foodie, everybody looks slim, right? Oh, really? She's got a Foodie has a new title screen? I must have missed it. Yeah, Crab Apples, I definitely need to see that. Hey, Kitty J, yeah, she's so sweet. She's just an awesome chick. Hey, Skinny, good to see you. I know Skinny needs me to repost the link. So Skinny, if you're ready, I'll just post it back in. Yellow Moon, welcome in. And again, my apologies, I miss anybody coming in. All right, I think I basically welcomed most of the folks in here. Yes, and that's another thing, Fiona's mom. And I wanted to share some health content tonight too. I know some of you, we talk about health journey, weight journey, fitness journey. I'm finally making a big step on mine, and I mentioned this to Jarella this week. I'm finally beginning my, in a couple days, by the end of the week, I'll be finally beginning my diet coaching certification program, and I'll finally be able to really speak with some confidence when I talk about these subjects. So hopefully this will be the last week where I speak just giving my opinion. After this, maybe I'll really be able to say it, really knowing my stuff. But anyway, yeah, when you pick up the food habits of the people you're around, especially if you're around this, one person a lot. Let me take off this banner. Actually, I'll put this one on for a second. But you tend to pick up the eating habits of the people you're around. If somebody you're around, if they eat a lot of junk food, it's hard not to. If they eat really healthy, you're going to find that your eating habits are probably going to start to improve as well. It's just how it is, I find. Hey, Angel of Glass, good to see you. All right. So let me, oh, thank you, oranges. Yeah, well, I haven't achieved it yet. You know, I'm just starting the process. When I get it, then I can really, yeah, but I guess I probably shouldn't count my chickens before they're hatched. But at the very least, I'm going to enjoy getting to start the class. We'll see how, it might take, hopefully it won't take too long to get it. But all right, so let me run this little mukbang. Talk about this.
Hi. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Another mukbang, yes, I do mukbangs on this channel in case you're new.
I think it's already sped up a little, to be fair.
It's a 9-cheese pizza, okay, from Pizza Hut. This is my first time trying Pizza Hut here, and the only halal options are...
Oh, no, Skinny, I did not post the link. Let me post it for you. My apologies. Let me get that link for you.
Nothing against vegetables, I love vegetables, but you know. 9 cheese, the max amount of cheese I've ever tried on something is 6 cheese. And that was like, wow, anytime you see 6 cheese, you're like, so imagine seeing 9. Imagine seeing 9.
Yes, Camps, and that's actually part of my...
What a 9-cheese pizza is. It's expensive as heck.
That's actually part of my conspiracy theory, Camps. I think that's part of the rift between Foodie and Salah has been Foodie's suspected, guess that's how I have to say it, what I believe could possibly be her legal usage of different substances. Try to say this as carefully as possible. I don't want to accuse anybody of anything. You know, if I don't really know. But oh, it looks like we have a special guest in here, Skinny Queen. All right. So I guess we're still gonna finish up this little vid first, and then we'll get to our watching the Salah vid with the actual debate. So hopefully everyone hasn't seen. Well, I guess you folks have already seen this one with Skinny, so I may just skip it. Hey, Skinny, welcome in.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Hello, everybody. I just wanted to say hello to everybody who said hi to me. Thank you. Hi, Dr. Phil. How are you?
I am doing very well, Skinny. Good to have you on tonight.
Good to be here.
I was going to just cover this briefly before you got on, but since you're here and I haven't even really started this video yet, let me just take a poll in the chat, because I know some people have already seen this, some people haven't. Would you folks like me to quickly do this video? This is actually just a 5-minute edit. It's not the full video. It's just it's a 7-minute edit.
Go ahead and just do it. If it's only 5 minutes.
Yeah, this is an edited version. It's not. It's just the highlights.
You know, everybody
sorry, but this side
covers the same stuff anyway.
It's like I'm gonna be hungry.
Yeah,
they
it's just
want your opinion now.
Gross, whatever,
you know?
Oh, thank you.
Who cares? Fat shaming me, I'm over it. But I want more food, like for the price.
This is how serious I am. I'm even gonna take off my little banner so that everybody can see it better.
Medium at least.
Yeah. So what was she saying a second ago? She said she's upset about the size of it.
At least cheese. You're like. So imagine seeing 9. Imagine seeing 9.
Yeah.
It's not even loud enough.
I have to try at least one.
Right.
Yes, she is very upset about the size. She said it's not enough food for her, especially for the price. Man, it's a whole small pizza, Foodie. It's a whole small pizza stuffed with cheese. It's not a personal pizza. It's a small. And that's quite a lot.
Yeah. And same thing, Camps. You know, I've been young, I've been wild. It's also legal around here, so I see plenty of people doing it. And yeah, Foodie is giving off all the signs, especially in this still.
Absolutely.
This still, she looks so toasty.
We don't judge Foodie. Like, we're not judging people for partaking in marijuana. We're judging Foodie because she lies about it while wearing a hijab and tells us that she has to eat halal while she's high.
Yeah.
That's why we come for Foodie.
The hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy of it all.
Crab Apples says that's a good point. If it looks big compared to Foodie, you know it's big. It's much bigger than her head. And we know that her head is like bigger than a watermelon. So that pizza can't be small.
One more point about the pizza is she says it's what, $16? Well, that's probably included in the delivery service, ma'am, which you failed to say.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, I think the pizza I know in America runs about $10. I think it was 350 baht, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I have to agree with a few people here. Lizu and a couple others. That pizza looks kind of gross. And I like cheese. I understand that cheese is not necessarily the most attractive food,
I
But
like cheese. I'm not going to hold y'all up. I do.
but I mean, a 9 cheese, just as far as 9 cheese pizzas go, I don't know. Maybe it tastes really good, but it doesn't look really good. It
Yeah,
looks
this
kind of
one don't look good, Dr. Phil.
looks
This
kind of
one,
congealed.
yes. It almost even looks like, you know how butter goes bad, like kind of rancid?
Okay. Yeah, the same color. I
Yeah,
get
it
what
looks
that
like
yellow
rancid.
portion.
Yeah, it looks like rancid butters.
Yeah, the color makes it look bad. They need, if nothing else, even if this tastes good, I don't know if it tastes good or not, but if it does taste good, then they need to put some seasoning on it for color or something, because this color just makes it look bad. But let's let it play a little. Let's see what Chantal has to say, because this is the shortened version.
Once what a
Absolutely.
9 cheese pizza is, it's expensive as heck. I mean,
Do you think that includes the Coca-Cola before I go any farther?
No. Well, possibly.
Because if that includes the delivery and the Coca-Cola, it's really not that expensive. I mean,
Absolutely. That's a great deal, actually, then.
so I guess it really depends. Is that just for the pizza, and then you got to add the delivery, add the cola, and I don't think Chantal tips.
She didn't
very
really
much.
tell us, but again, Chantal not giving us all the info.
Yeah, right. We got to look it up ourselves to find out. But I'm not interrupting the show for that. But
No.
let's let it keep running.
I'm sorry, but this is not big enough. This is like, I'm gonna be hungry still.
I love how she says that like that's an accurate like I'm gonna be hungry after I eat it. Yeah, but that wouldn't matter. It could be an extra large.
I know what you're thinking. Gross, whatever. Who cares? Fat shaming, I'm over it. But I want more food, like for the price, like a medium at least.
And also keep in mind, this is a stuffed crust pizza, so it's like a pizza and a half. There's a lot of calories in here. This is very dense. I've had some stuffed crust pizzas that tasted decent. Welcome in, Shenanigans. Good to see you today.
Hey,
Welcome in everybody who's come in.
Yeah.
Oh, is the sound okay? Oh, the sound on Foodie. That's right. It was a little bit quiet.
Hey,
Looks like
Archie.
Cheese Whiz. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Hello, Rosalind. I was just trying to say hi to people real quick.
Okay,
That's
sure.
Hello, everybody. Elizu. Yes. Oranges, poranges. Welcome in, everybody.
Agreed. Yeah, the crust, I think it's because it's stuffed crust is why it's so big. And that's one of the downsides of the stuffed crust, because then you have to make the crust too big to hold it properly. It rarely works well. I love cheese, but there's a limit. And I think that pizza there is past that limit.
Let me say this. I've tried a couple of stuffed crusts in my time, and I did say I do like cheese, but I don't like I don't prefer a stuffed crust. I honestly don't. I don't know. I just don't. I tried it from a couple of different places, but it's not my thing. I prefer it on top.
I've had stuffed crust that's okay, but in general, I prefer just plain crust. I do. I like both deep dish and New York style pizza, the thin crust. But the
camps, you got to read what camps.
Oh, I'm gonna get down there. Let me just catch up on a few comments. Okay.
Oh, bunny slippers. I love that name. I love your bunny slippers.
I'm able to do both. I think I just digest dairy very well. I've always digested dairy very well. I drink a lot of whey protein. Never get any side effects from that. But for anybody who does have problems, hey, definitely don't do that. And apparently a lot of people do. And Elizu makes a good point. With 9 cheeses, it's not like you're going to be able to taste them individually. So, I think you kind of max out around 6 with the number of cheeses that you want. Like you don't really get much more than that. Yeah, she does just swallow that crap. It looks like the fake cheese from out of the can, except very yellow. But yeah, it looks like melted butter almost. Welcome in, Bunny Slippers, by the way. Also, welcome in to anybody I missed. The crust alone is a meal. Yeah, it is. All right, so calories. What's the calories on this? Because that's like the thing that I feel like I provide interesting. This thing's over 1,000 calories, probably closer to 2, as small as it is. But it's at least especially with the soda, I think we're pretty near 2,000 calories with this. Those slices, even though they're small, have to be 300 calories each, 280, I'm thinking, per slice. I can't see those being less than 300 calories a piece, 280, you know what I mean? And there's 6 there, so that would be 1,800 calories, plus the cola, it might even be more than 2,000.
And it also has it has dressing on top or on the bottom, or
Oh,
it has dressing as the sauce,
wow.
Thousand Island,
Wow.
which is usually made of mayo of some sort, and yeah, so it's like a creamier dressing,
Hey, Travis.
and it's
That
sweet too.
this is heart attack grease on a disco bread. That's what this is. This is like heart attack in a bottle. This is Thousand Island dressing with 9 kinds of cheese on it. First of all, it doesn't even sound tasty to me. It just sounds disgusting. 9 kinds of cheese on mayonnaise? Like, what the hell? Yeah, right. And it's not big enough for her. How much bigger could she really expect it to be? This is 2,000 calories worth of food, even though it may not be big enough for her for her eyes, especially with the soda pop on the side. Yeah, that is just nutty. That's a good point. It takes a lot of money to get somebody that big. I do like pizza. You know what, shenanigans? That's very fair. I totally agree with you on that. Especially if you like sauce, because the stuffed crust, it gets kind of like mushy and it definitely fills up the mouth. Interesting. Have you ever had Korean pizza, Skinny?
No.
I have not. Is it? I guess now, Eliza, you got to tell us a little bit more about Korean pizza, of course. Now I'm interested to know. Jeez,
Yeah.
I didn't know. Sorry to hear that, crab apples. That's unfortunate. Crab apple sticks maybe only 1,200. I thought like only 1,200. Like I thought very little at first, but then when I did the math and I said it's probably 250 to 300 calories a slice, and then you got the Coca-Cola, and then you got the Thousand Island dressing. It's got to be 2,000. I just don't see how it's not. A shenanigan says that's a medium.
Yeah, I would say at least 2,000. At least.
The more I think about it, the more I'm seeing.
There's
Welcome in,
9
Megan Fox.
cheeses. There's 9 cheeses. She even says it's greasy on top.
Jeez Louise. Oh, wow. I get so many great comments in tonight, everybody. I appreciate this. Oh, and I'm also, speaking of food, I'm also going to be talking a little bit about what we like to do to get through the holidays, what we like to eat, and also how we like to avoid eating too much of it. So I'm going to mention a few of my tips, I guess you could say. Maybe we could share a few. Hopefully we can help each other on that. Yeah, and then washing it down with the sugar. Washing it down with that big old bag of sugar. But let me put this back on. I've just been talking and talking and talking. Let me let it run for a little.
The cheese pizza part is, oh my gosh.
Welcome in, Dawn. Bless you, Megan.
So they just pile up,
Thank you, Rosalind.
and I keep them in a bag to be neat. Gratitude.
So I wasn't too far off.
I've learned a lesson in life. And a lot of you are thinking, duh, you know. A lot of you have realized this. Everyone, that's the thing. Everyone has a unique journey. So some people realize this early on in age.
Interesting.
Some people never do. No BS.
Thank you for the info.
Let's do this
Shannon.
exercise together, okay? Just think of something. Just be in the moment. You're alive, you're breathing. When
Very
you really think of
interesting.
how amazing that is in itself, it's hard not to be grateful.
You know, I don't know how Chantal could square giving a talk about being grateful after that whole speech about how this pizza isn't big enough. Like please, like, how did she square that in her mind? It's like, this pizza is just not big enough. I don't know what to tell you, but everyone, be grateful just that you're alive. Like, you know, but if your pizza is too small, then the heck with it. Then I don't want to hear it.
Can I say that I feel like this is a secret message to Salah about he needs to be grateful for the money she's making, because it's starting to dwindle.
Ooh, this is a good lead into our debate also, because this is exactly where our point of contention kind of is. Not that the money is dwindling, but just kind of how I'm seeing it kind of more from like I guess I don't want to say glass half full, but I'm just seeing kind of the other half. I'm going to get to that in a moment. I don't want to tease it. But yeah, I love how you point that out. She could be casting a subliminal to Salah. Very possible. Very possible. Let me let this run and catch up on a few comments.
But what I mostly learned is you have to be happy. Like, if you're not happy, you're
sounds
miserable,
good.
and then you're
Very-
going to have
very
a bad
interesting.
time at life, right? Like, you're not going to have a good time. This is like, let's try spicy cheese. You're not going to have a good time in life.
The ketchup, I just can't get the ketchup with the Thousand Island. And there's already ketchup in Thousand Island dressing, isn't there? Like she just can't get enough ketchup on her pizza. It's like she has to get it two ways. She has to get it under the cheese and on top of the crust. She has to get double ketchup.
Look at that face. Look at that face, guys. Is that a face of a woman who's madly in love with her newlywed husband?
Eyes. Those are some dead eyes, like a shark's eye, like a doll's eyes.
That is a woman who has been scorned in Thailand, I do believe.
Those eyes are like a doll's eyes. It's like when you lean her back, her eyes like roll back in her head and close. You know, like a doll does? It's like she's that eye that if you laid her down, her eyes would just roll shut. Okay, let's let her say a few more words.
So just like be grateful for everything you have. And really just by being happy with what you have, you don't focus on what you don't.
Foodie with the platitudes.
Not waiting for a perfect moment to travel. Not waiting for myself to be a perfect weight or even lose weight. And I know you're thinking, well, you're always in the hotel. I still do things here, and I've done a lot. And the thing, I also want to say, sidetracking this whole idea, I've seen a lot of criticism from people from all over the internet. Like when I've seen anything said about me, is that people are taken aback and appalled by how much money we spend on food. And okay, but how much do you think other mukbangers spend on food? How much do you think Nikocado Avocado spends on that spread of 25 burgers? Like, do the math.
Oops, I got off track and I forgot to add here that, yes, mukbangers spend money on food, but they also make more than what they spend on the food in return for their video.
I'm eating
Ketchup
a single
makes you ill.
personal pizza.
I am not the biggest fan of ketchup either. I love ketchup on some things, but in general, not really into it. Not really into it. It's such a nice picture too, by the way. I say. Anyway, she bought a whole ass tray for her Muk-Bangs in Thailand. Well, she just explained it, Oranges. She's actually making money. Don't you get it, Skinny? She's turning a profit on these mukbangs. That that $20 she spent on the pizza. I mean, it's absolutely going to pay for itself, especially if you consider the, how much healthier. No, it's not going to pay for itself, Foodie. You're lying to yourself. The medical costs alone you're incurring are really. Just think about it. How could she see that as saving money? But all right.
Well, let's see how much she said she spent 2,000 in Thailand on a boil.
There you go. Thank you.
2,000 in Thailand on a boil, and that was supposed to be 2,000 CAD, but she wasn't sure because Salah didn't really tell her the real price, so we're not sure.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at Rosalind's statement here. It's cracking me up. She drank the dressing out of a bottle. Oh my God. I think I have seen that clip, actually. I've seen the gravy drinking clip.
She also has had a salad of Thousand Island and cheese before. Just Thousand Island and cheese. So this is right up her alley. Right up her alley.
Cheese Island.
Yes.
That's what they call. That's what she calls what she finds floating in her toilet every morning. Shenanigans says she put the extra sugar on her pad thai. Jeez. Yeah, I do remember that. Oh yeah, Pebbles, his business. Allegedly, Salah has sold out his business. Has anybody actually got their beezer spray? Anybody here? I never got mine. I never ordered any.
Never ordered it. Never. Didn't want it. Don't want to have it. Can't.
Oh, welcome in, Gigi. Yes, she looks so high, and she's acting so high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want to yuck any. This, it's funny, Skinny. You always say you don't want to yuck anybody's yum. This is one time I'm going to say that. I don't like Thousand Island at all, but if somebody here likes it, that's okay. I'm not gonna stress anybody if you like it. But yeah,
I'll tell you, the only time I like Thousand Island is on a Reuben. That's the only time. Mm-hmm.
Cream and cereal bin. Chantal was putting straight cream on her cereal at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. And I thought this salad dressing on the pizza was wild. I guess, there's a trend for everything. Nikocado can afford it. That's a good point, Shenanigans.
Absolutely.
It may be nasty, but it's if he's making the money, it's his decision. I mean, but foodie, I don't see the math adding up. You know, 2,000 calories, $20 spent on food, 2,000 calories consumed. I don't see how that's turning a profit for her. Oh, welcome in, Teresa. Oh, that is such an adorable dog. Is that a real dog or is that a stuffed toy? That is absolutely adorable. And I'm so glad you caught the alert at Skinny's channel. Welcome in. Hope you have
Hey,
fun tonight.
Teresa.
Pebbles, when you're a kid, you like ketchup or Thousand Island dressing?
Hey, Pebbles.
But tastes do change, you know, over the years. Nick does his taxes. Well, hey, you know that he's making the money. He's got the accountant, right? That's foodie would say. He can afford an accountant. Hey, Mel, oh, is that you got such a cute dog in your picture too? Is that your dog with the little hat on there? That's adorable.
Hey, my oh my. Oh.
She's paying Kuwait and for a motel in Thailand. Oh, that's a good point. She's paying both at the same time, like back when she was doing the place with Pete's and staying in Kuwait.
Speaking of dogs, Luna is currently hiding from me because I took her to get groomed today and she's mad. So
she has no sense of style. She doesn't realize you're just trying to help her be beautiful.
I said, you are not going to end up like Foodie Beauty, not bathing or anything. No, you won't.
She's got to be fashionable. You know, it just doesn't understand.
Absolutely.
All right, let's let Foodie fashion us some horror. Perfect for Halloween though, right? We got Halloween coming up, and then we got Thanksgiving. We can all give thanks that we're not stuck in Thailand with Chantal. And she really just eats this whole thing, beginning
I would
to
do
end.
the one chip challenge, but I'm pretty sure I don't know. I'm just not taking any risks. I might be hypertensive.
She would take the one chip challenge, but she'd be the only one who would eat the chip, and she'd be like, I need some more. That's not enough. She'd take the one chip challenge. She'd be like, no, I failed. I need more chips. I don't care how hot they are. Just give me more.
I don't want to die.
And seriously, that's the caption. Thank you, Piggy. She's hypertensive. Let me put the link again. Hypertensive, so she's scared to eat a spicy corn chip. But she's not scared to eat an entire bag of them. Right? One chip is bad for her heart. An entire pizza, though, that's,
Pizza is
she makes the money
awesome.
back.
So just be grateful. It'll make your life so much easier. You'll just be, if at anything else, you'll be happy with,
I'm sorry,
with what you have, and you won't focus so much on, what's the point of focusing on what you don't have? You don't have it. And I mean within excess. Having 2 jumbo jets and 5 million cars. Expensive cars.
Okay, Pebbles, you kind of brought in the other thing lead in to the debate. That's not exactly what I'm going to say, but I think that Chantal has been giving Salah more freedom. I think the opposite is Skinny in a sense, and I didn't want to tell that Skinny ahead of time because I wanted us to have our own opinions. I didn't want to influence her, but I think it's the opposite of what she thinks. I think that Chantal has been giving Salah more freedoms, as it were, and that's why he is professing his undying love. Rather than him being in the doghouse, he's kind of thinking that, she kind of realized that she needs him more than she, thought. He's like, oh, you think you don't need me? Why don't you go out by yourself and go get some food for yourself? See how much you don't need me. That kind of stuff. And that's. But we're gonna get to that in a minute, though. I don't want to. This video is almost over.
Let me say this real quick. If she was telling him to go get his stuff by himself, he doesn't make an income anymore, so he still has to get the money from her.
Oh, well, that's true, but I think he's just trying to say, like, hey, you think you could find another guy like me who's going to put up with you and do all this? Like, hey, I don't need you that bad. I can find another one. That's where we're going to have the debate. That's why we're going to have the debate.
Absolutely. I can't wait.
Everybody stay for the debate. That's why we're going to have this debate. So let me let the video run and catch up on the comments, then we'll have the debate.
Having 10 expensive cars. There are people who have 10 cars worth.
Welcome in again, Mel.
Sometimes like $500,000 each, or more. 200,000 probably on average.
For the Muk-Bangs? No, I don't think
That's fine.
does.
I'm criticizing that because That's just like greedy to me because
Yeah, she
there's,
absolutely.
I mean,
hit
how
that.
can you have 10 cars when you know that selling one of those cars could feed
Welcome to
like
Boiling
so many
Water.
people? And you know what? You can say, well, what
Good to
charity
see you
do you
tonight.
do? How do you know we don't donate to charity or help people who are less fortunate? We do.
Yeah, right. How do we know Foodie doesn't donate to charity? I can tell you how I know, Skinny. How do you know? But do you want to tell me how you know, or do you want me to go first?
You go ahead.
The way I know she does it is because she would be telling us every 5 freaking seconds. She would be telling us every penny that she donated. I just gave 75 cents to this one. I gave $1 to this charity and that charity, and I do this and I do that. What do you do? What charities do you give to? I give to this one. I give to that one. That's how we know you don't do, Chantal. Because if you did it, you'd be shouting it all day, every day. Because
Absolutely.
that's just how you are.
She
So
would.
also,
Because the few times, well, the one time when they were in Kuwait and they were supposed to be doing
Yes.
charity, and she needed socks, so they thought buying socks from a man on the street was charity. Well, you bought the damn socks, girl. You know what charity would be? Just flipping him a bill and saying, "Go get yourself a nice meal, stay warm." You know, not buying something that you needed already. No.
yeah, and even if buying it from was a nice, even if, okay, maybe he could use a few bucks and you could use the socks. I wouldn't exactly call it charity. You still got some socks out of it. I'd call it more like, hey, just did some business. I wouldn't be patting myself on the back for it.
Right.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I mean, I don't consider that especially charitable. But I'm not going to critique somebody else's charity. But the way that she's the one who's doing it. She's saying, well, where's your charity? What money do you give to? We give a lot. It's like, well, what? Somebody has a guilty conscience. I don't know why she's even bringing that up. But yeah, whatever. Shenanigans. Now, this is a good point. This is something I think could apply to either one of our top arguments, Skinny.
Exactly. I absolutely agree that Chantal has sent Salah off to the streets so she can get high and eat as much as she wants. That's one reason why she wouldn't care why he was unleashed on the streets.
She used to give homeless people jobs. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, she has done that charity. She has done homeless charity on a rock before.
Yeah, she does work for free for those guys.
Mhm.
Beauty been to the 7-Eleven at 9:13. Welcome, Rudy here ahead. It is 8:39 p.m. where I am. It's 7:39 p.m. by you. We're having a nice day. She will steal water from kids in a desert. She's gonna, Crab Apples, thank you for reminding me, because I'd like to think I have a good memory, but I can't, but there's just so much to remember. I would have to keep a diary. Yeah, the same lady here talking about charity is the same one who stole water from the kids in the desert. Oh, geez.
She has to pick between Salah, paying Salah to be able to find an opening somewhere, or being able to get super high and eat copious amounts of food. Well, we know what Foodie would pick.
And right here, two comments I think are extremely relevant. Denise, when she was tipping in Cuba, she knew every dollar she tipped. I just get the feeling Chantal is not a good tipper. When she talks about the prices for stuff, I never hear her talking about, oh yeah, we had to, tipping, it costs a lot to pay tips and everything. I never hear her complaining about how much she has to spend on tips. And when you're spending that much delivery, tips are going to add up. And for her to complain about money all the time and never once to have said about anything about tips adding up makes me think she's just not tipping very well. But whatever. Yeah, she doesn't even take care of her own pets, like Boiling Water points out here. She wants to talk about charity. Charity begins at home, Chantal. Take care of your freaking pets. I mean, I don't even like to bring that up much because it's just an unpleasant subject.
Oh my God, I remember the THC bath bombs.
All right. Let me let this run while I catch up on these comments. I have so many great comments tonight.
But if you haven't noticed, we keep a lot of our life private, And I actually
Jobs,
love
yeah.
that because I don't feel like the internet is my entire life anymore.
Yeah, Megan, I'd check you out once in a while.
Here, when I hit stop on the button, when I get off of my live stream and hit I feel like I have another life to go to.
Jobs for the homeless.
One that's experiencing a culture so different from, instead of like driving down the long road, longing for, that's why that road I drove down was long. Because I had a lot of long longings. I longed for a partner. I was also longed for a man.
Wow. She gave fake. She pretended to give
Handsome
Christmas
man. A
presents.
protective
Oh, welcome
man.
to Blue
A
Eyes.
man
Sorry, missed you coming in.
completely opposite of what I went through. A man who would protect me, never hurt me, and who loves me for who I am.
Well, absolutely, crab apples. And Megan
I didn't
Fox,
even notice that.
absolutely. Let me yeah, one of the any of the
Now I see
mods
why
on
they
the
only have
channel, if
one.
you could put it in
I can
Megan
only find one
Fox.
size on the site. All right, guys.
Her
I
eyes
really,
aren't
really love
even
you
that
guys, and
color.
I'm sending you so much love and positivity. And I hope you have a wonderful
Darn
day.
right, Camps.
And I hope you get to try 9 cheese.
And that's why I don't even like to talk much about that kind of stuff. I don't critique other people, what they do on that. You know, I don't, you know, it is, and here's the video with Salah on the motorbike. And I'm actually going to fast forward to a little clip because the first part's interesting, him riding on the bike. It's interesting to see the scenery, but he doesn't really say much as he's riding on the bike. When he actually gets off the bike around here,
Opinion part, okay?
no.
Okay.
Around here, I'm gonna let it play around here. This is when he gives the big statement.
They don't know English very well
Okay.
here.
Yes, Pebbles. That's
Where are you?
exactly. That's what I
I'm
almost
around.
said that earlier. I lost my train of thought though. But when I was talking about how she would be the first one shouting about her doing the charity, she'd be the first one shouting about her doing the nasty too. If she was getting down with Salah for real, Foodie, you could shut her up about it. It's the same reason I know she's totally bald. And I'm not trying to be a jerk, you know, but I mean, I know she's bald because if she had any hair, her hijab would be falling off every 5 minutes. Am I right or am I right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I know Foodie has no hair. If she had hair, oh, I'm sorry, my hijab. Oh, it keeps falling off. I just have so much hair under here. Oh, I didn't mean to expose myself. Oh, I feel so bad. She'd be doing it like that. That's just how she is. She can't not brag. So that's how you know if she's got nothing good going on, because she just won't say anything. And I'm not trying to blow up her spot, but you know, everybody knows it. Okay, so let me put the video back on. Sorry about that.
And Lumpini Park.
Lumpini Park, that's the place Salah went to, just to give context. Lumpini Park there.
He wanted to go find his people.
This
MRT.
his homie at the park. You know, I'm
You
not
can
really an
come to the
expert
Lumpini
on
Park,
like bath bombs
by
and stuff.
taking
He went
MRT.
to go find some lot lizards.
Hello, guys.
Did you say lot lizards?
Yeah, lot
I
lizards at the park. That's
know.
code word, though. You know, code word.
I know what you mean. I know that. Well, I mean, to be fair, Salah gets along better with wildlife than Chantal, anyways. I know what a lot lizard is. I'm just being silly. Where are the F of the postcards? Megan Fox, that's a great point. Chantal is in a hotel room all day, every day. Why can't she be writing postcards to people from Thailand?
Chantal, I still want my postcard from the postcard tier.
This postcard club. I heard about this postcard club. She could still
Never
be
got
filling
it, girl. Never got it.
It's not too late. She could still.
Oh yeah,
like,
I forgot to say something
Oh,
for the
here it is.
haters. A small
Everyone.
message for the haters.
Here it is. The message for us, not for us.
I'm still in Thailand and you can all suck it, haters, okay?
Let me go back.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say something for the haters. A small message for the haters. I'm still in Thailand and you can all suck it, haters.
Okay, this is where we're gonna get to the debate now. Let me put up the little graphic.
Wait, you gotta let him play the whole thing, though.
Oh, I'm about to, but I want to put on the graphic really quickly first.
Okay.
We got Salah going solo. This is our going to be having our Gorlworld debate series. It's because Salah's been on the town himself. Okay, now we're gonna let the little clip play. Let me let it go.
Okay? They think that I'm back to Kuwait. I will never leave my beautiful wife. I will stay with her until death.
Well, we know that's a lie. Or actually, it might not be. Just saying.
I will never
However
leave
you
my
look at it.
beautiful Chantal,
Yeah, she's really.
like whatever the reason,
Here's
or
the
under
line.
any pressure.
Sorry, I talked over it.
I will never leave my beautiful Chantal, like whatever the reason, or under any pressure. So
There you go.
calm your tits, haters.
Calm our tit.
You all suck it. Anyway, guys, I love the whole pizzas.
So, do you feel suitably chastened, Skinny? Do you feel chastened by that? Do you feel like a fool for having doubted, for having ever questioned anything?
Well, to start off with, I never questioned that he wasn't in Kuwait. I was like one of the few that didn't think he left. So
Okay.
I don't feel foolish on that end, but let me say this, Sir Sally, calm your tits, okay? Calm your tits.
Nobody's sucking nothing. You can
Now, do you guys was it you that thought that he might have left and came back?
Yes, I did, and that's my theory. Because
Okay.
let's catch people up on first of all what's going on. And before I'm gonna let the video run with the volume low, just so there's a little something in the background. And if anybody hears something interesting in the video, you want me to replay a segment, hopefully, if I'm not too far behind in the comments, I'll see it. But I miss it. Don't be too angry at me. But hopefully, if I notice anything interesting, I'll replay it. But this is a 2-hour-long video, so I can't really do a true deep dive into it because it'll take all night. So I'm just going to let it run in the background with lowered volume while Skinny and I talk. And if there's any really good highlights, I'm going to let them play.
Yeah, I would turn it down relatively low so they can hear us talk.
Yeah, I think that's...
There's really not much in here.
Yeah, when he actually gets to the park and starts walking around, we might pause our chat a little bit.
Brainless haters, which they don't have any life.
Well,
no life, brainless haters.
That's interfere with the other people's lives.
That's it. That's all you folks in the chat. You realize that you're a bunch of brainless low. Me too. We're all a bunch of brainless low life haters. We just gotta accept it.
Interfere with other people's lives. So
because we don't have lives. We don't have. We're jealous. We don't have lives.
No, but giving our opinion on the internet, what you put out on the internet is interfering with your life. I think not, sir.
But I'm jealous. I don't have a life. That's what it is. I'm jealous. I want to sit in a hotel room and eat all day. No, actually, no. I take that back. I want to go out and pick up food for my 500-pound fake wife who eats all day. Sorry, that's what I'm jealous of. What the? I mean, when you put it like that, I mean, what is there even to be jealous of? Welcome in, Susie Q. And that's a good point, Susie Q. How long till Salah shows up and says, "Oh, you know, I was wrong about Chantal"? And the truth is, we're forgiving people. We're not even. Most of us probably aren't even going to care. Some of us might be upset from a long way back. Depends what's happened in between. Depends what we learn. But I think for the most part, people are going to be fair to him, whatever that means. That's what I believe. And if that means that they, you know, some people can't forgive some things, I can understand that. You know, I think people will be fair to him in that sense. Yeah, exactly, Kid DJ. We got to calm our teats. Suck it, haters. We're not sucking a darn thing. Okay,
so tell me your theory. Tell me your theory. Why do you think he left?
Here's what I think happened.
Left Thailand to go to Kuwait and come back in a couple of days.
Here's what I think. Here's what I think. And I don't know for sure if he actually went to Kuwait, but here's why I think he may have. I was watching Jig's video the other day. She was talking about something called Wasta.
While they are in their basement.
I wish I had the link for it.
Whose video?
Jing Dalagan.
Oh, okay.
She had a video. It was something called Wasta. It's basically corruption in Kuwait. And
live
people.
Your life, be happy,
let me turn down the volume a little more so I.
Yeah, because it's hard to hear what.
Yeah,
I would like turn it off all the way because I swear there's nothing in this video that's.
Yeah, I'm just gonna turn the volume down like almost. That's what I did. I put it down basically to nothing. And I'll put it back up if we see Salah on screen. But yeah, so where was I? So on Jing's video, talking about Wasta and kind of corruption in the Kuwaiti government. Now people can get their visas renewed and all this kind of stuff by pulling the strings and doing that. Now I'm not saying Salah did that, or even if he knows anybody who did that, who could do that. But I think he might be conning Chantal into thinking that he is. I think that Chantal may be having trouble with her visa or something, and he said, "Hey, I'm going to go back to Kuwait. I'm going to handle this. I'm going to solve this for you, Chantal. This is why you got me. Just pay for my ticket, and don't worry. I'll have it all under control." Meanwhile, there was never any real problem. He just went over there and just hung out with Murad for a day and came back. Or maybe he didn't even go there. Who knows what he actually did.
I had to wait here.
But he basically invented a crisis and then solved it for her.
The car is to crush me.
And now she feels beholden to him. She feels like she owes him. And now she's letting him go out and do stuff on his own. And if she says anything, he's going to say, hey, you want me to call my friend, the one who helped you get that visa? Do you want to lose that or not? I think he's built some kind of leverage over her. That's what I think. And that's why you haven't seen him around.
What I think is she was allowing him to go out on his own before he allegedly left to go to Kuwait, as you say. He was doing lives on his own prior to that. So I don't think that's a reason for him to leave. I don't think he left at all. I really don't.
So where do you think he was then?
Where do I think he was?
That's what I have no idea where else he could have been.
I think that they have separate motel rooms and they've been doing their own thing. She's been getting as high as she wants to get, eating lots of food while she's there. And he's been, well, doing what he wants to do in the cheap motel. And they're still, I mean, yeah, I don't think he ever left. I just don't. But that's my opinion.
That's fair. But to be fair, you're almost saying that he was never really there, is kind of what you're saying.
No, they are at the same motel.
But you're saying that he was never really on vacation with her. They're just there as two people at the same time.
No,
they're all doing their own thing.
No, I'm not saying the whole time. I'm just saying recently.
Oh.
So
why did they start that, though?
I'm just saying in the last few days.
Okay. Oh, okay. I misunderstood.
When she got paid. I feel like they had enough of each other. That's around the time when she kind of started getting high more often, too.
Now, that's a much more interesting. Now, this is actually, I think, a very interesting theory because I didn't consider that it was. So your theory then, just to reiterate, so I think I have it, that so she's gotten a bit of a payday recently, and they've just kind of said, she just kind of gave him his allowance up front and said, do what you want. Take a little break from me. I need a little break from you. Something like that, maybe.
Or
okay.
Because this is why, because I don't feel like she feels comfortable getting high in front of him. She still, even though I feel like she probably even maybe gets like a little paranoid getting high in front of him because she knows she's not supposed to, right? I don't feel like she can fully relax and get high as she wants, eat as much as she wants because she don't feel comfortable with him sitting there watching her every move.
I think that's a fair point too. And that's something I think that regardless of whether he left or not, I think that's something that I've always kind of felt. I felt that Salah is the kind of guy who might have a smoke with his friends maybe just, have one or two. But I don't think that he feels comfortable with just sitting there and just smoking nonstop and eating nonstop. That doesn't. Yeah. If that was his lifestyle, it would have been that before he met Chantal.
Yes.
And I just don't think he's comfortable with that. And eventually he's going to say, what the heck is wrong with you? Haven't you had enough?
Another reason I think they have separate motel rooms is because they were getting sick of each other. And I say motel because motels are cheaper. Okay. And
we have so many great comments here. Sorry to cut you off, Skinny.
That's okay.
I missed a bazillion great comments here. I'm going to have to cut off a few of them, but I'm just going to try to get back where I can here. Boiling Water points out, he has to have a job to live in Kuwait. So if he isn't doing bathtub spray anymore, where will they be moving next? That's a good point, Boiling Water. Kuwait, from my understanding, is the system on paper is very different from the system in reality. That's what I've heard. From whenever I've found anybody who actually had experience living in Kuwait, they always seem to say that the rules are not enforced by the book. So who's to say? Who's to say? If he has some wasta, if he has some pull, if Murad knows somebody in high places, maybe somebody we've never even met before. Who's to say? A family friend. So, I mean, it's who's to say for sure, right? And Mel Mai is in agreement with your theory on the separate rooms. And I like your theory a lot. I still like my theory because I came up with it. but I do like your theory too. And that's why I like having this debate, because I think you're really expressing it pretty well. Shenanigans says he's a glorified tall Pete's. They might as well be roommates. I agree with that, Shenanigans.
I don't ever think there's a bad theory, though. Let's not get it twisted, because theories are fun. Theories are fun to come up with. Conspiracy theories are a thing with Chantal, and I don't think anything's bad or wrong about them.
No, not at all. I'm not saying that. I'm just comparing.
No, but when I say that I have a different one from you, I'm not saying that yours is necessarily the wrong one, but it's just the one that I have is the one that I feel, Well,
I'm saying I think yours makes a little more sense than mine. I think I have a right to say that.
Yeah, absolutely. Stella Virgin said Kuwait rehomed them to Thailand. That's very possible too.
That's a funny one. That's actually, few people even mentioned that. Not Pebbles here, it was somebody else who said it. Yes, that's a good point, Pebbles. She doesn't ever really show her room. And I wonder, is she worried about doxing? But then she said that they keep changing hotels. So if you keep changing hotels, then you can't be worried about doxing, right?
Right.
So why doesn't she show the hotel then? That's what makes no sense to me. My original theory was that, well, she doesn't ever show the hotel because she's scared to get doxed again. And I don't know why she'd be scared to get doxed in Thailand. It's not like anybody's going to do anything.
Maybe none of his stuff is ever in the hotel.
Yeah. There's
Possibly.
that is a very interesting theory, and that would also play into that. So that's what I like about these discussions, because things that didn't make sense before make more sense now. We've never seen any of Salah's stuff in her room. Have we noticed that? It never looks lived in. All we ever see is like the hostage mukbang room.
Mm-hmm.
And I call it the hostage room. I don't know if she's actually, I don't think she is, but it just looks like that.
I feel like Foodie's staying in a nicer place though, and gave him like the shady after hour place.
They gave him the servants' quarters.
Yeah, I do though. I feel like
she got the master. Okay. She got the master suite that has an attached servants' quarters. And that's where he's staying.
Yeah, she's been doxxed a couple of times on the farms for a couple of her stays, actually here in Thailand.
And I think Oranges
they've moved around though several times.
And I think that Oranges makes a great point here. That's even plays into that a little. And just for anybody watching, this is a Salah in, what was the name of this park? Lumpini Park. It's kind of non-tent. Doesn't really have much to say other than that one big line that we already played, where he says he will never leave his beautiful wife Chantal until death. There's nothing we can say or to do, and we need to suck it. And I ain't sucking a darn thing, except maybe some gummy worms for Halloween. And anyway, so
I'm still thinking too that, and you guys can call me crazy, but I'm still thinking that her heart is still with Nader. And she does, I feel like she went over there, played a Muslim wife to show Nader that it could be done, because prior to that, Nader wanted this type of woman and she couldn't give it to him. So
I just find it so hard to believe that Nader really wanted this, or if he just told her this because he knew she couldn't do this.
He wanted a woman that
he wanted a better quality woman to cheat on.
Yeah.
I mean that's kind of what it is.
He always told Foodie that she never listened.
You're not even good enough for me to cheat on you.
Yeah, basically he wanted a more Foodie wasn't the type of, they were both too much for each other, I think. And he was looking for a more, well, I would say Dee Dee is a little more polished, even though she's a hot mess.
Yeah, Dee Dee also seems less difficult to be around.
Exactly.
I don't know her as well, but I can imagine that, just less unpleasant.
So I think that he was looking for somebody, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but I still think that I think that if Nader would have her back, she would take that opportunity.
I think so too. And just Kiwi Farms, I think it's kiwifarms.pl. I think you have to use the Poland domain, because I don't believe you can get on. I think a lot of the Western domains have shut them down for various reasons. But there's still, some places there's still freedom on the internet. They're allowed to keep the site up. And I'm not endorsing everything on any website. I mean, there's you can always find bad stuff on any website you go to. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay, so let me see here. Only put back on my little banner, also my little advertiser banner at the bottom. Yeah, Megan doesn't even lick a stamp. There you go. Her dad is not obese like Chantal described him. Oh, Didi's dad or Chantal's dad?
Chantal's dad.
Oh, and by the way, you said Nader still has her heart. I'm going to say, be blunt, Nader still has her ass. That's what he still has.
He
pinned
knows
to
the
wall.
Dimensions of it anyways.
I'm saying he pinned it to the wall and it's still there.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not with docs in general.
Oh, look at what he
cool.
sees something he likes there. Did you see that?
Oh, let me go back.
Those women's.
Thank you for keeping an eye on the video.
Him.
See, that's why I kept the video running, just in case.
He doesn't say anything, but he's filming them for a minute.
Oh, yeah, he makes sure to, well, I mean, yeah, now he makes sure to film away. Finally, he's like, I can't
well,
keep
he knows
filming
he's
them for too
going to get
long.
in trouble for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, he wants a submissive angel of glass. Absolutely. Chantal wasn't submissive enough for him. Now she's trying to be that pious Muslim wife. But, yeah.
Well, welcome in, Angel of Glass. I don't know if I said hi to you coming in. And hi to anybody I missed. My apologies. Anybody watching the replay, hopefully you're having a good time. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. What was really going on between Salah and Chantal? Do you think Skinny's got it right? Do you think my idea is too off the wall? Do you think do you think it makes sense? Let us know what you think in the comments. And any lurkers, glad to have you as well. Thank you for coming in. Never any pressure to comment, but comments are always appreciated. And I try to get to all your comments as much as I can, but you guys just have too many great comments to get to all of them. I'm sorry, folks. KiwiFarms.pl, I think, Rosalind. I'm not 100% sure. Nader's the only one nasty enough to go near. He's the only one to admit it. Or at least he's the only one to survive and admit it, right?
Right.
He's the only one who's made it back alive. He's not smart enough to be a dominant.
Oh, boy.
Okay, let me...
most Muslim men do look for submissive women. That is correct. I mean, they want somebody... It is true.
Well, I think it's a traditional thing, if you're looking for a traditional marriage, if you have traditional values, I think that's, oh, it is ST. My apologies, man. I was not aware. Okay, well then there you go. Use ST. Thank you for sharing that. See, and that's, like I said, I didn't really know.
Megan Fox said tap it back. Did you see something, Megan?
Oh, did you see something?
I'll
tap it back.
Or was it the ladies?
I'll tap it. I'll even put up the sound on it for a minute. Let me get the video. Hold on. Is she want a specific scene she wants me to go back to? Because I don't know. I doubt she has a timestamp, but. Hopefully. Oh, it changed. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, Rosalind, you can link it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're modded. Perfect. Yeah, you can link it. I don't mind. I don't endorse everything at every site.
Oh, it was the ladies. We already saw. Yeah.
Oh, the ladies. Okay. Yeah. And it is a nice park, Mel Mai. I'll tell you, I've been pretty impressed with what I've seen of Bangkok, because a lot of what I've seen on the internet has always been like really seedy red light district stuff. Because that's, people like, oh yeah, I went to Thailand. Look, I went to this brothel. And I was under the impression that it was, there was a lot of that stuff. And I know in some areas there are, but it's nice to see there are areas where there aren't. And I guess I should have realized that. But if that's all you see, that's all you're going to see, right? You can only go from what you see.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that Thailand has a reputation for being so seedy. I've seen some seedy stuff as well, but you can find seedy parts of any place. And there's been a lot of nice stuff here. So, that's I've been pleasantly surprised, I'll say.
I think it's a cool park.
Yeah, I think it is pretty cool. Oh, there's more ladies here. I think that's part of why he likes the park. There might be some nice ladies there. Nice, it's just he actually can walk without having to let Chantal slow him down. He can just walk at his pace. I think it's a good thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Jeff.
But I want to ask you though, as far as the competing theories on Salah, and I want to get the people in the chat too on this. In fact, let me make a poll, Skinny. I'm going to turn up the volume on here just a little bit and let you kind of, if you comment in between him speaking, while I write this poll really quickly.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
People here, most of them.
I have another question for our debate.
Exercises.
I want to post it to the chat as well.
It's very nice to do the sport here in this natural park. There's a gym here also. Basketball stadium here.
I know she's missing the beauty, of Thailand and the cool things like in the people, but of course she don't like people. She definitely doesn't like women.
Suan, hello. Looks so nice. Yeah.
She would never be able to keep up with him at this
rate, them very well?
I guess.
Okay, I got the poll up. And this could be a reason why Salah and Chantal are...
Let's go to the right.
Let me go back here. And it's just me, or is he always making sure to film the women?
Very well.
It seems like whenever there's a woman, he always makes sure to film her. But I guess he's just filming everybody, to be fair.
Let's go to the right.
So yeah, put the chat there. Does anybody think that Chantal has possibly given Salah a pass to go and just handle his business one time? Just go do it. Just go to the Russian sugar girls. Just get it out of his system so that she can stop worrying that he's going to do it. Do you think that she's possibly done something like that? Like when Nader wanted the open relationship, kind of?
I'll wait to give my opinion.
Let's let the chat fill up the poll a little more. That's kind of the question.
Yeah,
do you think that she's... I guess I'll put back the volume on the stream too a little bit. But yeah, that's something, because that's the other possible explanation for why he's been so happy. I mean, and why she's been, kind of separate, and why maybe they had a little bit of a spat, but maybe why things are better now also. Why he's like, oh, I love my wife Chantal, I'd never leave her. Subtext, because she lets me go out and do what I need to do. She finally understands and respects me as a husband, like she needs to. Maybe that's how he feels. I mean, it's unfortunate that's the steps he has to take in order to go and be with somebody he's interested in. That's kind of messed up, but if that's how it has to be.
Walaikum salam, little pumpkin pie. Hello.
Let's see some of the chats coming in here. All right, we got a few people coming in already with the
crows everywhere.
Oh, welcome in, Jess.
Up on the trees.
your profile pic. I can actually read it for once. All right. Yes, Melmai. Let me put the mute on here for real quick, because Salah's not saying much of anything. I'm just letting this video run. In the name of this park again was Lumpini Park. It's a nice park. It looks hot and humid, though, to be fair. But yeah, Salah has said that he will never leave his beautiful wife, Chantal, and the haters can suck it. You never leave her. And we've been having a little bit of a debate as to his absences, his return, and how serious is their relationship for real? Is it really, why is he acting this way? Why has it changed? And first we talked about one set of possibilities, which could have been financial, could have been related to their relationship as far as the logistics. Now we're talking more about the intimacy. More about the intimacy element. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Megan. Yes, Travis. She does miss out a lot due to her condition. And like she said earlier, she makes money with the mukbangs, but she says she makes the money with the mukbangs, But going to the hospital, spending $1,000 to get a boil drained, how are you making money doing that? Okay, now here's people coming in with the answers to the poll. We got a lot. She's too jealous. Absolutely not. Not her. Give him a hall pass.
Yeah.
Down to
no. He gets in my opinion, nope.
Nope. All right.
He's gonna step out anyway. He's gonna step out anyway.
Camps, it's a dance hall pass. Pass to the dance hall. Here, let me put the picture on. Is Salah going solo? Is that the answer to the poll? Never in a million years, says Oranges. But she let Natter do it though?
She didn't let him, but she overlooked it. Like,
yeah, she
didn't let him. She's a very jealous person.
Welcome in, Patty.
Self-admittedly jealous.
I agree, but maybe she didn't let him, but she kind of accepted it. You know what I mean? Like she kind of understood, like this is just kind of what I have to
that's a difference from a pass.
Well, that's true. That is, and that's why I did make that as an option. You know, that he's just going to kind of step out. That was just kind of what I meant.
I mean, now is she just going to accept it? Like, I mean, does she know in her mind that he's probably been out there doing things on his own? Yeah. Is she going to say, yeah, that's okay? No. No.
All right. Let's get to the.
That's why there's been tension with them too, because she knows he's been out by himself.
I'll give people just another minute or two to let everybody get into the to finish on the poll to get their votes in, and then we'll. Oh, and let me share the tab again one more time. This is the official statement by Salah. It's a little quiet.
Anyway, guys, I love the whole resort. You can come to the Lumpini Park by taking MRT.
Yeah, it's hard to hear.
It's so quiet, unfortunately. Yeah, it's. You know, I like Just Saying's channel, but she doesn't always get the audio levels as maximized as she could. But I'll actually, this is 45-49. Let me rewind because I think actually I have the clip here. It was right around here.
Exactly, Archie. Every fast food place he goes to has the longest line ever.
He's going making those hour-long trips to the 7-Eleven. Said go to the 7-Eleven. Oh, I'm not sharing the right channel. I'm sorry, everybody. Let me share the other tab. This is the one where he gives the statement over here. Right before here. Right? Is this it? Ray says it right around here. But okay, so let me close the poll out. Let's see what we got. I don't know why it's not playing. I must have missed the spot. But anyway, he says somewhere around here. I'm just going to go back to where we were. We were at 45, 49. We're right around here. But anyway, yeah, that was where he said that all you beezers, or everybody, you haters, you can suck it.
Come to Bangkok.
And calm your tits. And he also said that he will never, ever leave his beautiful wife, Chantal, under any circumstances. He will be with her until the day he dies. You know, Rosalind, I'd like to think so. And I believe it's possible, but not for Chantal. Because she also eats off camera a lot. Okay, so let's see the poll results. The poll results came out 55%. The majority of you believe that Salah does not respect the sanctity of their marriage. That's very sad to hear. It's very troubling. That's what's happening. That if Salah and Chantal's marriage isn't sacred, then what does anything mean anything anymore? If we can't even count on these people to preserve the sanctity of marriage, 30% of you are strong, believe very strongly in the power of love, and 15% of you believe in the power of open relationships. Okay, that's the answer on the polls. Skinny, what do you think of those results? That bear out with what you
Well,
expected?
I think it's pretty accurate. He's stepping out regardless. That's exactly what I voted. He's going to do what he wants to do with or without Chantal. He is doing it right now, clearly. So he's going to do what he wants to do. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, missed the spot is what Chantal's screaming from 6 feet away. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Both right.
That is a good one. It's like when Pops goes to get cigarettes and is gone for a weekend. I think that's, yeah, he loves going out for the midnight snacks. If he really loved her, then he wouldn't be. Oh, Jess, you know something? And does anybody remember back when Chantal and Salah were first going out, first married, whatever you want to call it, when they were first pretending to be married? You remember when he said he wanted her to lose 100 kilos?
Yes, I do. He's just given up on that dream now.
He said that, and Chantal said, yeah, you know, my weight is a serious issue, and, you know, inshallah, we're going to get, he's going to help me. He's going to help me to be healthy, and my problems are Western problems. Remember when she used to call that? She used to say her problems were Western problems.
Yeah, and she's bigger than ever now.
And those are going to go away when she gets to Kuwait. She's going to be surrounded with like-minded people. She's going to be surrounded by people who she can relate to. She's going to have friends. She's going to be able to just go out and be amongst her people. She's going to fit in. Finally, all of her life, she's wanted to be able to fit in, just be normal. And in the West, she can't do that because she's not around her people. But in Kuwait, she is. In Kuwait,
I also agree, Megan. If Chantal's definition of love is love, I don't want none. No thanks.
Her definition of love is eating you up and shitting you out. Part of my language, because she loves her food, and that's about it. Yeah, and Archie, very much so. Chantal brings her problems with her everywhere. Maybe she stores them in her fupa. I don't know, but there's certainly enough. Maybe she keeps them in her chin, but she certainly brings her problems everywhere she goes.
She sure does.
And camps, yeah. I mean, it's the elephant in the room. Sometimes I you know, I like to be polite. I try to be respectful, but Chantal's a rude woman, so I'm not going to be too careful. He just told us to suck it, basically. So I'm not being too nice today. Yeah,
you can run, but you can't hide, Chantal.
She can't run.
Well, she can't run either.
She can't run. What are you kidding?
But you basically, where you go, there you are. How about that?
All right, there. That's a better way to say it. First one doesn't work. That expression doesn't. It's a mixed metaphor. You
can waddle, but you can't hide.
You can waddle, but you can't run. That's. I mean, we all know that already, right? All right, Chantal. Hard to fit. Yeah, Camps, and also hard to fit in when you're just abrasive and unpleasant. Everywhere she goes, it's when she was out there in and yes, she is massively big. That's part of it.
Oh, but, Camps, perimenopause. I've lost my filter too. I swear to you, it's a whole thing. Like sometimes I say things, I'm like, did that come out of your mouth?
It's all right. I mean, Chantal told us to suck it tonight. We could respond in kind when you talk like that.
Chantal is the one that will make me come out of character sometimes. She will. Her and Salah, yes.
Yes,
and Natter too. And Natter too.
Natter's a disgusting person. I mean, Chantal is too, but Natter to me is even more disgusting in some ways. I don't even like to talk about that guy. He's a just terrible guy. She has to live in her own skin, and that's getting harder every day, literally and figuratively, Travis.
And it's stretching thin. Let me tell you.
Yeah, right. I mean,
talk about skin being thin. Hers is thin because of physical issues.
Oh, Jess, let me catch you up. Salah was gone for a couple days. Chantal is having visa problems, apparently. She hasn't come out and said this, but she's all but said.
Wait. She came out and said it, Dr. Phil.
Oh, what was her exact wording then? I don't want to misquote her.
Okay. Chantal said when she was doing her little eating, I think she deleted this part too from her edited live. She said, yeah, we're returning back to Kuwait. Knock on wood. These were her exact words. Knock on wood. Now, who says that about returning back to your country if you're not worried about returning back to your country? Knock on wood?
Yeah, it's a little bit odd, especially with the other in context with everything else. If she was like, "Oh, I'm nervous about my flight," that knock on wood. If she said it like that, it'd be a little different. But the way she said it was more like she wasn't sure if she was coming back at all.
Exactly, Dr. Phil. Like I know that sometimes
I do
us
remember
as
that now.
reactors, we do have a habit of, in some ways, reaching for certain things.
Really?
That was not a reach. That was, she said, knock on wood. Who says that?
Yes,
About
Megan
returning
Fox.
back to your country.
And she did say, "Imagine if I have to live here," or something like that. I think somebody asked her, "Could you see yourself living in Thailand?" And she's like, "Well, if you couldn't get back to Kuwait." And she's like, "Well, if I had to." She's entertained the question a few times. And it's exactly crab apples. Why does anybody ever say knock on cheese? Why does wood get all the love? Good point.
Well,
And hi, Patty. Welcome in.
Well,
Sorry, missed you.
they say there's a little bit of wood and a little bit of perm cheese, so you never know. The shaky cheese, that has a little bit of wood too. So I guess if you knocked on that wood, you're still going to knock on cheese too.
Or
I don't know.
Can you knock on jelly? Does that shake too much? I don't know. All right. Jeez, Travis says the smell alone yeah, right, shit. It's got to be hard to live in that skin when it smells like that. It's not like she could take it off to wash it.
And she does, look, she also said this came from her mouth. She's not washing her abayas, her outerwear. She's only washing her underwear. So, and not just underwear, like undershirts. She's not. Did you see her spill that Indian sauce on her abaya the other day?
Yes, I gotta replay that clip too. I'm actually gonna pause this in a minute and go get that.
And she's not washing those things. No.
Hey, Jarella, welcome in. Oh, no worries. Oh, I love your new pictures. It's like a Greek.
Hey, Jarella, look
Greek
at
style,
you,
very,
honey.
very glamorous.
Welcome on in. Are you taking a shower with us tonight?
Why'd you tell everyone to suck it? Salah told everyone to suck it because when Salah was gone for a few days, people were suggesting that they had split up. People were suggesting that he went to Kuwait and just ditched her and left her there with no money and no passport. And people were suggesting all kinds of things. People were reaching a bit, to be fair.
Now, hold on, Dr. Phil. Camps makes a good point, though. If she doesn't wash her cooter, why would she wash anything else? Because, that's true. You can put clean clothes on all day long, but if you are not washing...
Gotta wash the business end.
Yeah, if you're not washing that stuff, well, it's going to seep out one way or another.
And did she just say that, I'm not going to say it. But she needs to... She needs to take a handle on that, and it's humid over there. Sansa cooks. She does a good job. I've linked it here plenty of times.
I love Sansa cooks. She did it. Carolyn.
She did a vid talking about Foodie's mobility, and Foodie was talking about how back in Kuwait, how she couldn't even go to the gym and she couldn't even do this, and she's saying how in Thailand the weather's so much better, and that's why she's able to move around. But if you actually look at the weather and then you compare it for the heat index for the humidity, it's not as big of a difference as you might think.
It's not.
It ends up being like maybe 10, 15 degrees, which is significant, but it is not to the point where it would be one of them you can walk around and comfortable and the other one you can't even go out.
Right.
It's hard to believe that she has, because I said that was what I first said, actually, when she first went to Thailand. She said how nice it was. I said, I don't get it. I said, I've never lived in Kuwait. I've never lived in the desert, but I've lived in South Florida, where it's very hot and it's very humid. Not as much as Thailand, but enough to where I am very familiar with heat and humidity. And it feels a lot hotter than the thermostat. And for her to say that it was comfortable at the temperatures that she was describing, either she's something isn't adding up. Maybe she just doesn't mind being sweaty and stank. I don't know.
Denise W., I know that's right. She said that she smelled like barracuda even before the boil.
Oh, geez.
And the heat and humidity.
And I want to get to the comments, but does anybody, where do you think Chantal would sit if she wanted to get into this boat? Do you think she would sit on the left, the right, or just in the middle with one foot on each side.
Well, she wouldn't fit on the left or right. She'd have to fit in the middle.
Just put her
And
legs
I don't
around
even think
the.
she'd fit at all. I think the whole damn thing would tip over once she stepped foot in it.
I think if they pulled that center stick out of the way, she could sit on that, like in that space. They pulled that off, and then she could sit there. And she could put her legs around the neck of the swan. And I think she could fit on it like that.
Yeah, if she's sitting on one side or the other, that thing is tipping over.
Welcome to Derelid, caviar
And
tatas.
she wouldn't
Exactly.
fit in that seat anyway.
Because we're haters and we have no life, Jess. Don't you know that? We're zombie vultures. We're jealous of how she gets to sit in a motel and eat 7-Eleven food. And how her
Right,
boyfriend gets
Tara
to
Lynn
go.
makes a great point. She lived in Vegas and lived in Tennessee. There is a big difference, absolutely.
I missed so many great comments. I'm so sorry, everybody. Let me
Dry heat is a thing. And
Oh.
I've heard people say dry heat, even at higher temperatures, is more tolerable than humidity.
I've heard that too. I've not experienced a lot of dry heat, but I've experienced a lot of hot, humid weather. And yeah, it's miserable. It's miserable.
is.
Whenever we have tourists over from like a desert area, they always comment how they thought it was going to be cooler. They're always surprised how hot it is in the humidity. Yeah, it's nasty. South Florida weather is rough.
Here
I've
in
lived down there.
Michigan, we get a lot of humidity during the summer too, so humidity is rough.
And I've been fat down there too. When I lived in South Florida, I was as heavy as I ever was. And I would, and you get kind of used to it. You don't really get used to it, but you just get used to being sweaty and nasty all the time. Like you just get used to showering twice a day and always being sticky.
Yeah.
Salah loves him some stick, right? You know what this reminds me of? Hold on, I gotta turn up the volume. What does that sound to you? Where have you heard that sound?
Costco.
Costco, yes. Whoever made that Scooty made this duck. The same company made the swan and the Scooty.
So again, that's one saying, I can't wait. And then when he got out, he was all drenched in sweat, looking like tired as hell. It's hilarious.
This thing, I mean, riding one of these, if the weather's nice, is fun. But in that kind of heat, it's torture.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna say
that's what I
torture, but
said.
it's not.
He was, and Salah, if you've noticed, is not a huge sweater. Like if
No, he's used to the heat.
Chantal, when
Yeah,
you
he's
see
used to it.
Chantal sweating and you see Salah sitting there, he looks pretty comfortable. So you know he was working it out there.
Absolutely. And welcome in anybody. If I missed somebody coming in, my apologies. Anybody watching the replay, hopefully you're having fun. Hopefully you're enjoying our little debate. Just trying to have some fun, everybody. Trying to keep it lighthearted. Give you folks a little escapism. And speaking of escapism, we got Halloween coming up. Who doesn't love Halloween? I love Halloween.
I love Halloween.
I love Halloween candy. And I just wanted to say, just give a little tip. I know a lot of people probably know this. Don't buy Halloween candy a month early. Don't buy Halloween candy.
Dr. Phil, I messed up. I did that last month.
See, I called it.
They had them out, and I know better. I've done
You know
it.
It's all right.
And I did it, and not again.
It's all right. It's all right. We all make a mistake. But there you go. You know what? You know that I'm coming from a place of experience, people. I'm not telling you this because I've never done it myself. So yeah, just buy the Halloween candy. Just buy like one bag the day before Halloween. Or if you know you have a bunch of kids coming, buy enough for the people you expect. But if you don't expect a lot of people, just buy one bag.
I did not crab apples. I'm sorry. I will buy no more till Halloween now. But then I'll share with you crab apples.
Oh.
Yeah, after Halloween is an awesome deal. I have to stay away from that stuff too, Megan Fox.
Well, that's actually what I was going to say. And then your reward, like I always reward myself for staying good up to Halloween and not picking out on candy. On November 1st, I treat myself to a bag of Halloween candy. And that's how I do it. And that's my little tip I want to give to you folks. That's how I get to enjoy my Halloween candy. And I get to do it responsibly, at least for me. That works for me. Everybody.
Pass out candy, Dr. Phil?
I have one small bag to hand out. Like I said, I buy one bag the day of Halloween.
Yeah.
So I'll eat some of that.
You must not get a whole lot of kids then.
No, I don't. I live in an apartment complex.
Oh, okay.
So I don't get many people. I just buy one small bag. But if I did have a lot of kids, they would take all the candy. So it would work out the same. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so just buy as much candy as you know you're going to give out. And if you don't know you expect to give much out, just buy one bag. And then the next day, treat yourself for having been so responsible. That's my advice for Halloween, everybody. But you know, like everybody do it your own way. Do what works for you. That's my real advice.
Yeah.
Foodie Scooty is so loud we can hear it all the way here. Let me turn this down. Oh wait a minute, that's Salah's pedal boat. And Megan, I think you said that. Whoever said that. How sorry is that? He's got to ride the swan boat alone. He's married and he has nobody to ride the boat with him. That's sad. You know, like I don't often feel bad for Salah.
I start passing out extra at the end of the night because otherwise I'll have to tell you if it's left over, we will eat it here.
That's actually a very smart tip. Very smart tip. Give out more candy toward the end of the night. If it's getting late and you know that there's not many more people coming, give those kids the extra candy. They'll be so happy to get all that extra candy. And every piece you give away is one less piece you don't eat, right?
Oh, they are happy. The ones that come to my house at the end of the night,
they'll be so happy.
They go home with like handfuls.
You'll make some kids' night, and you'll be so much happier the next day, and you'll feel so much better because you're not gonna, have eaten all that sugar that you didn't want. So,
Lizu.
Crab Apple says buys no candy. Do you give out raisins or something like that, or just not don't celebrate at all? Or it's fine. You don't have to celebrate.
Lizu eats again. I love it though, Lizu. Look, how about get a pint? Get a small, like a half pint. Get a half those little mini. Half pints of Ben and Jerry's and reward yourself that it's a single serving.
That works too. Yeah.
Have you ever seen those mini Ben and Jerry's ice cream?
I've seen those, but I actually avoid ice cream because for me, I love it, but I love the taste of it, but I don't really eat it because I find it just doesn't fill me up. Like I'll eat the ice cream and I'll just want more. Like it doesn't matter how much it is, it won't satisfy me. So I just don't like to eat it because it doesn't. I'll eat it and I'll still be like, well, I still want some more, like it doesn't, I don't know. I find that I can't stop eating it, so I just don't like to eat it. I'm too gluttonous for my own good. I can admit it.
Hey,
know yourself,
bunch
right?
Of chickens coming in hot with what the F is this? This is Chantal. This is Salah Scooty.
It's the spirit animal of the Scooty. The spirit animal of the Scooty is a plastic swan. You hear that?
Relaxing.
There, and you see that person not sitting there? Well, they're doing more work than Foodie's fat butt would be. Those pedals would be moving slower with her sitting there, I can tell you that. Oh, okay. Well, you know what, crab apples? There's nothing wrong with that. I don't really hand out much candy here either. I don't mind. I like giving out candy to kids, but I don't mind going to bed early also. Let me turn this down a little bit.
Any sea creatures?
Yeah, rest in peace to those with earbuds in.
Yeah, I'm sorry, folks. Oh, Elisa, you know what, Elisa? That's another thing too. I love that. I like it, and I'll eat too much of it, and I won't feel well afterward. Also, I end up eating. I also
turn
end up
it off all the way, Dr. Phil. You're making people crazy.
All right, I'll turn it off. Yeah, this probably is really annoying. When he gets back to shore, we'll put it back on. Hey, Blondie, welcome in. Yeah, you know what, Blondie? That's why I'm just letting it run as visual while we do our debate. It's starting to wind down, but we're kind of catching up on some stuff and just letting it run in the background.
You should fast forward to the part where he goes to the lake.
Oh, I could do that actually. That makes sense. You don't need to see this.
Like where he meets his
people.
Go.
Yeah, I'll fast forward it.
There you go. There's his people.
Monitor lizards. I didn't see this.
I love this.
Monitor lizards are dangerous. Be careful.
Well, aren't those like
the
dragon ones?
Yeah, well, these are just smaller versions.
Of what?
The Komodo dragon is just a much bigger and more dangerous and more aggressive also. These aren't. I'm going to say this. These are probably pretty tame. If they're around people regularly, they're probably pretty tame. It's like we have alligators in Florida. They're pretty tame. They don't bite
So
people.
what are these called again?
I know that in Australia they call them a goanna, but they're also known as a monitor lizard. Monitor lizard.
Okay.
And also known as a goanna, Goana. And it's yeah, they do look a little bit like a crocodile. They have that elongated head. They look very prehistoric, and they're very predatory. They hunt. They're scavengers.
One of those stupid tourists that would go up and try to touch one.
Do not try to pet them. They have razor sharp claws too. They're probably more. You know what? My opinion. I think a monitor lizard is more dangerous than an alligator. Not because it's not deadlier. An alligator can kill you, but a monitor lizard is like 100 times more likely to attack you and scratch you up and bite you, and like an alligator will just kind of swim away. A monitor lizard can get aggressive. Now, again, these are probably pretty tame. They're used to people. But if you start shaking some meat at them or something in your hand, they're going to run up and be careful. Be careful. Just so,
well, they might
careful.
Smell foodie beauty on them. They might.
Oh, if Foodie came here, they would have ripped into her. They would have chased her into the water and ate her.
Because, she's the definition of smelly swamp ass.
They would have chased her into the water, knocked her down, and ate her.
Wow, she's a big bait here.
In Florida, we don't have a lot of lizards. We do have a lot of alligators in Florida. I grew up in Florida, so I got used to seeing a lot of those.
Why don't you take a swim with them, Sally?
Actually, a woman in Florida just got eaten by an alligator last week. It's very sad.
Wow.
Yeah, it does happen. I said alligators are pretty safe, and they usually are, but it does happen. You got to be careful.
Yes, Megan Fox, that can happen when a baby just lays flat on its head. Flat back, yeah.
Oh, you know something? That's interesting. I never really looked at it, but if you see that, there's no other way to describe. That's unfortunate, if that happened, but it's possible. Oh yes, Sunshine Country. That's just what I mentioned. Yes, it's very sad, very sad. Her daughter was she survived her and is talking about it. It's just very tragic to think about. The monitor lizards would have said jackpot. They love fatty meat.
I'm sorry, Doe-Eyed Cookie. Doe-Eyed Cookie does not like lizards at all.
They have a lot of the goannas in Australia, and they're vicious. She knows about these.
She does not like lizards.
Because they have these kind there, except they're very vicious, the ones in Australia. They're some of the most vicious predators in Australia are the lizards. The alligators, I guess, or the crocodiles are probably bigger, but the monitor lizards are extremely aggressive predators.
I do like lizards. I just don't like snakes. Isn't that weird? I love lizards, don't like snakes.
I'm okay with both. I just have a lot of respect for wild animals. I know they're not Pokemon. They're
no
they can be quite
offense,
vicious.
Jirella. I know Jirella has her snake baby.
Aw, nothing wrong with snakes or any animal. Just respect the wild. I've been around the wild a bit. I've seen wild animals. Domesticated animals are not wild animals. Even wild animals that are a little bit tame, that are used to human, like these lizards here. These are tame. They're used to people. But if you started poking it with a stick or something, it'll run up and bite you.
Now, that being said, I never held a snake, but I did hold a lizard. So maybe that's why I feel more comfortable with lizards, because I've had interactions with them.
Do they give them to feed them with specialty food? No.
And you call him sneaky.
Well, then, Jirella, you're not helping me. I'm trying to get over my fear of snakes.
I've handled some snakes when I was kid. Actually, I handled a few animals in my life. I've gone to when I went to like a science museum, and they had a big boa constrictor. It was very calm because they kept it well fed. And I've been to a bird show, and they had like free flying birds, and they would fly around like in the aviary. You could put out like a glove, like a falconry glove, and it would come up and land on your arm. It was very interesting to see. And people debate, the value of animal shows like that, but they produce a lot of people who care a lot about wildlife. So I think they have a lot of positives. But yeah, that in fairness, Mayo Mai, that is true. That's why
I
I'm saying
don't
respect
have a problem
wildlife.
with certain people having animals in the wild as long as they're well cared for and they're not, put into harm's way and they're not overused for monetary. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like
care-
like an animal sanctuary is
like
nothing wrong
care
with that.
for them.
Yeah, I mean it's it's as long as it's done at, in a good safe, ethical way. That's then I'm cool with that. Despite
Camps, you gonna be naughty. Camps gonna be naughty.
and you know what, Patty, spiders are one that I don't mind spiders, but if they get really big, they creep me out a little bit. And you know what's funny? Like I don't mind centipedes either, but I hate cockroaches. I hate cockroaches. I hate beetles. I don't like bees or wasps, but I don't mind spiders.
Really?
I don't mind spiders. I don't mind centipedes.
I don't like any of them. I don't like spiders. I don't like bugs. I do like butterflies, though.
Okay,
I do.
That's not so weird.
Love butterflies. And I don't mind the centipedes that become... Not centipede.
You don't mind the centipedes. Great.
God, no. I hate centipedes.
Their big fangs.
No. I don't like centipedes.
And their mustache.
No.
They twirl their mustache with their fangs.
No. I love butterflies, though.
There's nothing wrong with liking butterflies. Butterflies are cute. I mean, it's hard. I mean, I will say they're
beautiful.
They freak me out sometimes because they're so big. You don't notice them. You see this big flying thing. It creeps you out for a second until you see what it is. But yeah, I just can't stand roaches and stuff like that. And
That's true, Teresa. As long as the spiders stay away from me, I don't mind that they're around killing everything else. Because beetles really freak me the hell out. I don't like beetles. Don't like roaches. Like Dr. Phil. Don't like any of that. None of it. None.
Centipedes are weird. I'm not going to say I like them. I mean, it's millipedes, excuse me. Millipedes are weird. Like, I don't know.
I meant to say I don't mind caterpillars because they turn into butterflies, not centipede. I don't know what I was thinking.
Dragonflies are good insects too. They're so powerful flyers. It's very impressive to see them. The biomechanics.
They're beautiful too. I think dragonflies.
Yeah, they're very majestic insect, if such a word could use to describe one.
Yeah, zigzag. Yes.
Yeah, right. I think everybody hates roaches. If you like roaches, get the heck out of here. Sorry, the roach. Pardon the roach. I like the roach.
The roach.
Yeah. Other than that,
if you're the roach, then you can stay.
But the rest of you roaches got to get the roach. Yeah. Tell the rest of them they're not welcome.
That's including you. You're one big roach.
You tell the others not to come here. But yeah, these lizards here though, I could see why Doe wouldn't like lizards because they probably they probably like eat her pet dogs and stuff. Like that's what they do in Australia. These lizards are vicious. Like think about like a mountain lion in the United States or a coyote. These kind of lizards
here in our neighborhood actually sometimes.
These lizards fill the same space on the food chain as a coyote basically. They're scavengers, they're small-sized hunters. And they do a lot of scavenging, but they absolutely would love to eat a pet-sized animal. And that's why these monitor lizards are dangerous. Be careful. It's really, don't ever try to pet one.
Cam said the only roaches I like are the ones you smoke.
Yeah. Oh, and that's another thing now, these lizards can run so fast. They could easily outrun a human being. They look slow and ponderous. They can snap like a snake. They can run up a tree. They're very impressive animals.
Putting its hand out through the fence at the lizard. Did you see that a minute ago? He stuck his hand out.
These lizards are fortunately they're obviously very tame. They're very well fed. They're not aggressive. But if you mess with them, I've got a feeling if you got an honest security guard there and you talk to him and you ask them when's the last time somebody's been bitten, I bet it's been within the last 12 months.
Yeah.
I bet somebody's been bitten within the last 12 months. They won't tell you that. But if you gave them, 500 baht and said, honestly, when's the last time somebody got bitten?
I want Foodie to go pet a lizard.
Yeah, that guy's about to donate a limb. He is really being careless, waving his fingers around.
Yeah.
Because they're used to being fed. So if they see you wave your fingers around, they think that's food. Jeez, what are these people are? These lizards are nasty.
Salah, you don't come to a lizard a lizard gathering without food, okay?
I know. It's so funny. The one time, if Foodie came here, like, she would have been savaged because animals don't like her anyway. And these lizards are they
And
can
she
really
smells
take you
like
out.
all different kinds of food on her abaya.
And they love rotting flesh and food. They're scavengers. They love rotting meat. And she has skin infections. She smells like rot. They love that.
Gosh.
So they would smell her boil and try to take a bite right out of her fupa.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Well, she did say she wanted to get her fupa removed once. Well, that's a good way to do it.
She's gonna get a lizardectomy. Lizard's
Yeah.
gonna take it out for her. Oh, jeez. Oh man, these lizards have been like. I did not know this part that he went here to see these monitor lizards.
Yeah,
I can only say so much
this
about
is the
them.
best part, in my opinion.
It's really interesting, and I guess for them it's like alligators in Florida. It's one of those things where even though they're dangerous, we just take it for granted that we know not to mess with them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's not that an alligator can't bite your arm off. It's just that Floridians understand you don't pet the alligators. Just don't.
Archie,
stay
everybody
away.
in the club getting tipsy. Whoop whoop.
They do have cheap
Everybody in the
surgery.
club getting I'm just joking.
They do have cheap surgery in Thailand. You can get a disembowel for free from Dr. Lizard there. He'll slice your guts right open, pull your intestines
Oh
out,
yeah, yeah.
give you some liposuction.
Maybe she should get some. Like, I'm serious, and this is not even shade. If you can, like, how? If I was in Thailand and I looked into it, I might be getting myself some veneers. I don't know. I would make sure that it's clean and legit. But
I mean, and here's how we know that Chantal doesn't really care about Salah. How much money she spent on food? She could have bought some kind of plastic surgery with that. She could have done something. She could have bought some kind of fillers, or she could have got some
she could have
some
got
skin resurfacing. She could have got
veneers.
something.
She could have
Yeah,
got
she could have got
some
her teeth.
veneers.
She could have got her chest done. She could have got so much different stuff improved if that was, instead she bought food. It's not like she didn't have the money. She could have bought plastic surgery with the amount of money she's, right here, beware of, there you go. Read the sign, people.
Ooh, Archie said it is Whiskey Wednesday. That it is. I'm just not drinking anything tonight, but
Enjoy one for me, Archie. I really don't drink anymore, but I have one on occasion.
I don't really drink that much either. But no shade to anybody who does. I
Ooh.
used to back in the day.
Sunshine Country. I'm sorry for cutting you off, Skinny. Sunshine Country chickens. Is that true? You can get eye worms from eating live shrimp? I eat shrimp. I always make sure it's cooked. But
Well, Chantal ate live worms or live worms.
I just didn't even know that
We
there
ate
was
live
there was
shrimp the other day.
wow. But something that makes sense though, because seafood is. They always tell you to make sure the seafood is cooked, especially shellfish, mollusks, crustaceans. They always say to cook that stuff thoroughly. Steam it, boiling. Don't serve it rare. And yeah, like they don't serve shrimp sushi for a reason. It's not safe.
Stop touching the cat, Salah. Seriously, like, I mean, the cat is like, I don't know. Just stop. Just don't.
Salah's
touch.
not going to miss a chance to get some pussy. Whatever. That's all.
I know.
It's
I
already
know.
going to explode anyway, right? The lizard's just helping relieve the pressure on Chantal's fupa.
Remember, there was a time when Salah wouldn't touch pussy.
Really, I don't remember that.
Yeah, when they used to go out.
Was
in
that must do
Kuwait.
with when he first met Chantal?
When they used to go out in Kuwait, though, for real. He didn't even like cats though till he got Julia.
Really? Well, cats
Yeah.
like him. I think it's I think that's kind of like me. I've never really owned a lot of pets, but I've always got along well with other people's pets. I think Salah just gets along well with the animals.
He still don't like to touch it either, but he makes an exception for the furry ones.
Eh. The ones he finds on the Thailand street, he's okay with those.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, Archie. Exactly a year since you stopped drinking. Lisa, if you want to stop, then that's fantastic. Oh wow.
Hey, Dr. Phil, I'm gonna probably have to get down for now.
Oh, no problem, Skinny. Are you going to be running a show yourself later
I
tonight?
don't think I am tonight, but I will be on tomorrow, guys.
Okay, because I'm probably
I will.
not going to be on too much longer myself. So I just wanted to
Tomorrow
make
evening myself, yeah.
Okay, well, let me just say first of all, thank you for coming on tonight. I think I really appreciate you coming on here. I think we had a really good spirited debate tonight. I think it was fun. I think it was
Absolutely.
interesting.
We had a lot of fun tonight. And I had fun with the chat. I had fun with you all. Thank you for having me.
Glad you can make it here, Skinny. And is there anything you'd like? You're doing your show tomorrow, right? So
yes. I may be on in the morning, but I plan on doing a night show tomorrow too as well, because I haven't done one in a while. So look for that. I hope everybody has a wonderful night. Stay safe wherever you are, and I will talk to y'all real soon, okay?
all right, good
Bye,
night, Skinny.
guys.
I'm
Bye,
gonna say
Dr. Phil.
I'm gonna talk to everybody for a few more minutes, and I'm probably gonna head out myself. So good night, Skinny.
Absolutely. Bye, guys.
Thank you for coming on. All right, well, that was Skinny Queen, everybody. Sarah Jane from Skinny Queen Reacts. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed her here. I think we had a pretty good time tonight. You know, I've had some experience with lizards and cats and all that, but I don't have any experience with a wildebeest like Chantal. So I can only give so much from experience. Could somebody? Oh yeah, Megan Fox's channel. Sure thing. Somebody can link Megan Fox's channel. Let's do that. That's where it's going to be? Absolutely. I don't have a problem with that. Absolutely. Somebody post the link in here. You got it. In fact, I'm going to be I'm going to be kind of getting sleepy, but I'll come in there and on my mobile device before I go to bed, just to say hi. All right, let me just catch up on a few of these comments. All right, so is there an after party at Megan's or not? Because if there is, I will get the link myself. I could do that. Let me get it myself. Hold on, I'm getting it right now.
Guys, can you hear the national song of Thailand?
Megan Fox's link today, everybody. Oh no, she left. Okay, never mind. Well, there's the link anyway. Okay, then here's what I am gonna do, because I do want to send you folks out. Hannibal, I see, is on. I enjoy Hannibal's show, so I'm gonna send you on over to there. Hopefully it's a good episode tonight. I don't know. If it is, it is. If it's not, it's not. But it's not my fault. So, all right. Let me put you the link to Hannibal. You can let him know that I said hi. Oh, Detective Cochise. Hey, you know what? It happens. That's what replays are for, right? Next week. Oh, geez, Aliza. I get you. You got too much steam. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming through. I've had a really great time with you tonight. You folks are just the best audience. I love having you on here. I'm excited. I'm starting my my training program soon with diet coaching. I'm going to let you folks know how that goes. I hopefully am going to be able to share a lot of advice with you, share what I'm learning. I think it's interesting. Hopefully that little tip for Halloween was useful. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And yeah, you don't have to, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. So, so everybody have a great night. And I will see you around, possibly on Skinnies. All right. Welcome again to Detective. Welcome everybody. Good night. Good night. Good night, everybody. Good night, Teresa. Good night. If I missed anybody, people watching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Thank you for coming in again. Dinner with the Doctor every week, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Thank you very much. Oh, and let me flash the Cash App before I go. If anybody would like to donate to the Cash App, thanks also to some of the folks who donated over the last month. We got Icy, who's donated a few times. Very much appreciated. I've had anonymous donor. Skinny's dropped a donation or two. Thank you, everybody who's come through. Be blessed, everyone. Good night. Oh, and Colleen with a K also came through. I got to look through it in exactly, but over the last month, I had a few people with donations. So thank you again. Be blessed, everyone. Good night.